Hi guys, this is Lisa at Scrapping Fancy. This is a little shot of what we're going to make today. I call these Scrappy Flowers. These were inspired by the very talented Heather at Ruby and Pearl XO, and I'm going to link her video in the description box below that kind of started me doing these. She made a video where she made little houses out of scraps, and they're just beautiful. And I wanted to try doing that too, and I love making the scrappy houses kind of in my style. But that kind of got me thinking, like, what else could we do like that that would turn out really cool, but we could also use up our scraps. And so I thought about Scrappy Flowers, and this is a little sample of a couple that I made to give you an idea of what we're going to work on. So I'm going to just take these and put them to the side so that I can show you the materials that I have assembled for us to work with. I have a bunch of circles here. I've kept these circles for a long time from other projects too. These are circles that I either punched with some of my paper punches, or that I cut on my Sizzix on my die cut machine with different shapes of circle dies or scallop dies. And I know that not everybody has that stuff. And I know that it can be really frustrating to watch people who have a lot of stuff. I've been crafting, like I was saying in my previous video, I've been crafting for 30 years, and I do have a lot of stuff. But I know that can be really frustrating when you don't. So you can find shapes on Etsy that you can purchase. If you put in punched circles or die cut shapes, you'll be able to see a variety of things that you can purchase. If you don't want to purchase them, you can use little items and just trace and cut. And sometimes too, they're a little more hard to find, but sometimes you can find punch out pads where you can punch out the shapes if you don't want to do all that. Those are just a few ideas that would hopefully make it a little easier for you. I also have a few more shapes over here. I have some leaves and some more circles. And I have some stitched paper ruffles. These are from a shop I love called Fun Life on a Budget. She makes wonderful things, and I use a lot of her things. I can also, if you're really interested, I can do a little tutorial on how you make these stitched paper ruffles, because I can make them and I have made them. Sometimes it's not how I would choose to spend the crafting time that I have. But I can do a tutorial on that if you're interested in doing them yourself and you would like to. Just let me know in the comments below. I have some scallop circles here as well. I have some border strips that I'm going to use for stems. Border strips, a lot of times you can find strips at the bottom of 12 by 12 pieces of paper. You can also take a piece of paper and cut it into strips. That will work too. So put those to the side. And I also have kind of a little selection of trims in case we want to use any of those. I have some little pom-poms. I have a little applique that I could cut apart. I have a little piece of sari trim, a beautiful piece right here, and some die cut felt leaves. I also have some pearl trim and some tulle roses. So those are things that we can pull in if we want. We're just gonna make a couple so that you can see my process, and then we'll probably be done for the day, not go on and on forever. So one of the first pieces that I have is this little blue strip here. This is a piece of scrapbook paper. I'm pretty sure it's old Maggie Holmes. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure that this is a Maggie Holmes piece of paper. And the next thing we want to do is start looking for a piece that's going to be a good circle on there to start the flower shape. Look for something that I like in here. We don't want to take it too long either. Here's a piece that might be nice. Piece with some text on it. Yep, I like that. Yep, I like that. So then the next thing that we would do is look for one of the pieces that's going to form the center. So I'm going to start looking. I think this is, oh no, there's other stuff in there. I was gonna say I thought this was all music paper, and I'm not sure. That might be a little too busy, but how about a piece of, oh, these are all a little bit busier than I want, I think. Let's see if we can find a piece like this. This is, these are some pinked circles, pinked edge circles, circle stickers that I got from a shop on Etsy, and that shop unfortunately doesn't exist anymore, which is too bad because I loved that shop. I do own a circle punch with a pinked edge. I'm going to be honest, I'm going to tell you guys it was really hard to find. I looked for it for a long time, and I finally did find one on eBay, and it was used, and I paid quite a bit of money for it because I knew that I would use it a lot. If that's not something you can find or something that you want to do, you can punch out a circle with a circle punch or cut out a circle, and you can use pinked shears to go around the edge if you like that, but you can't find the pinked edge punch. So the next part in my process, now before I glue all that down and before I pick the centerpiece, I'm going to find a leaf, because the leaf might change what I'm going to choose for the center. So I'm just looking in my leaves right now till I find one that seems like it's going to be good for the spot. I'm going to audition it. That's what Rachel at Roxy Creations, she is wonderful to listen to. She has great ideas. She's so talented and she's so much fun. And when she puts a piece down to see if she likes it, she calls it auditioning. So you can always audition your piece. You don't have to stick with it. I do like that though. So I have some of this Archival Ink Ranger makes this, and it's in the shade Coffee. I really like this ink, but I think you can only get it on Amazon, but I know you can get it on Amazon. And I like to use this to kind of make a lot of my tones match, my shades match up a little better, a little more quickly, so that my piece looks nice and cohesive. And I do use, this is Fabri-Tac glue, Beacon Fabri-Tac glue. This is a really nice glue. It is, I hate to say it, but it's really worth the money. It doesn't ripple your paper. It grabs quick and it holds quick and it holds tight. So unfortunately, this is worth the money. You can get this anywhere though, Walmart, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Amazon, anywhere like that. I'm just gonna have something to drink quick. I get really thirsty when I talk a lot, so I'm gonna have some Diet Coke. So I'm gonna start with the big flower. So my process when I glue this down is I don't want to put glue on the flower because I can't really see where it's gonna end up on the stem. So I'm gonna just put some glue on the stem instead. And then I'm going to put my flower down. And that Fabri-Tac glue is going to give me a minute to move that around and make sure that I'm happy. And I'm kind of liking that right there. Then I'm going to put this piece down. Now this piece is a sticker. I don't want to stick the sticker backing down in case the sticker itself ever peels off the backing. So I'm going to take the backing off. It wants to stay with me. There we go. And I'm going to put a little Fabri-Tac on the sticker, because of course one of the nice things is that this gives you a minute to move the sticker around if you're not happy with how it ends up. So there's a sticker, and we'll put our leaf down. I like to pick the leaf up to do the little stem so that I don't get glue all over my mat. So just run a little glue down the stem like so. And then I'm just going to ease that under and just make sure I like how my leaf is angled like that. I'm still not happy with it because I'll need, yep, okay, that's better. Just like that. So I like my pieces, but I want a piece in the center here that's going to kind of pull the piece together or give it a little bit of color. So that's the next thing that we're going to look at, is kind of our statement piece, I guess, or whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to start looking for a piece that I'm going to like to have in the center. So I'll just look for some pieces, unless I find one right away that just sings, then I will audition a piece. So still looking for one that will sing, right? Yep. I really like that right there. I don't even have to audition it. I'm just gonna glue it down. Because that one started to sing right away. So there we go. Just like that. Make sure that's nice and stuck. Then the next piece I like to do is to decorate the stem a little bit. I like to do that using these stickers from Tim Holtz. You can use any stickers that you have that you like that would go on the stem. You can cut words out of magazines. You don't have to have these particular Tim Holtz stickers. I just happen to be kind of addicted to them. So I love to look through here for the phrase or word that I want. So I'm gonna just open this up and see what I like that would fit on that little spot on my stem. There's so many in here that I can get just totally lost in reading them. But I want to find one so we can hopefully get another flower done before we're out of time. So I can't put a big phrase there because I want it to fit right there. So I'm just gonna look, oh, how about delightful? That's nice and it will fit and it's delightful. I'll set that down. Now this is the same thing. Tim Holtz products are really good quality, but I still don't like to trust my sticker. So we'll put a little Fabri-Tac there. And then the other nice thing is that the Fabri-Tac will give us a minute to adjust the sticker if we're not happy. So there we go. Make sure that we get it nice and straight. So thankfully my Fabri-Tac will give me a second to do that. There we go. And then it's a little white for me, so I'm just going to give it a little splash of coffee dyed. And there we go. That's one all done. Now we could put something in the center, a little extra decoration or whatever, but I really like that piece and I don't want to cover that up. So I think we're gonna call this flower done. And we're gonna move on, and I think we have time to do one more. So the first thing, I usually start with the stem because to me that kind of defines what I'm gonna do with the whole piece. So I'm gonna pull these in and let's take a look and see if there's one in my pile of border strips. Oh, how about this one, you guys? How about that pink one? Let's pull that out and see what we can do with that. Of course, it's a little bit long. So let's just take a scissor and let's give it a chop right about there. Good. And then we can start looking for the next piece of the puzzle. I don't like puzzles, so you'd think I wouldn't like doing this, but I love doing this. Don't ask me to do a jigsaw puzzle though. Please don't. I haven't really worked with this shape much. I have these little hexagons that I can't remember where I got those, some die cut shapes that I got. I'm just not really sure that I am a hexagon person, but I keep them around just in case. Let's look in the scallops. I think I might have better luck there. Don't forget to turn your pieces over. You never know sometimes what's on the back of it. That might be perfect. That's just gonna stay hiding because you didn't turn it over. So, yep. Okay, I'm good with that one. And that's the thing too, is you can agonize all day over the piece that you're going to choose. But really, you know, time is in short supply until you're going to have to go pick up the kids or do the laundry. And I really want you to be able to trust yourself creatively. That took a long time for me to do that. But at the end of the day, you don't want to still be picking a flower. You know, you want to have made something. So hopefully that's something that we can kind of work on together, because I sure still am working on that. Kind of reminds me of a movie I love, which is The Last Samurai with Tom Cruise. I don't know how you feel about Tom Cruise, and that's neither, you know, it's just, it is a great movie. It's really well done. And in the movie, Tom Cruise it's a long story how he ends up there, but he ends up in a village and becomes friends with a samurai warlord, like a samurai master. And the samurai master tells Tom Cruise about how he's always looking for the perfect cherry blossom. He loves cherry blossoms on cherry trees, and he's always looking for the perfect one. And he spent his whole life doing that. And at the end of the movie, unfortunately, the samurai master is killed, and Tom Cruise is with him as he's dying. And he says to Tom Cruise at the end of his life, which I think is the sad part, because what would have changed if he'd realized this earlier, I guess, is the question I'm asking. But he says to Tom Cruise on his deathbed that he understands, he finally sees that all the blossoms are perfect. And I have never forgot that in my entire life. I don't think I ever will forget that. And it changed the way that I thought about a lot of things. So there's your deep thought for the day. And we'll just go back to flowers now. See, I don't want to cover up the rose too much. So I kind of want that to be little, because I really like that rose. So let's try this little guy right there. Little glue. And put him down without covering up the entire rose. Good. And we'll find a little leaf. Which isn't to say that, you know, I don't like my pieces to be balanced and coordinated. That's not it either. I guess I want us all to feel some creative freedom, to let ourselves go a little bit too, and really enjoy what we're doing, and also learn to trust ourselves, to trust our choices, and to trust our eyes. So just, you know, hopefully that's something that we can all keep working on together. Because that way we can make more stuff and have more fun. Not really seeing a leaf that I like. So that means we'll just keep on looking. I'm sure there's one in here that will work out. How about, no. How about, maybe? Nope. I don't want to agonize, but I also want it to look nice. I know that is a hard line to walk for sure. Nope. The good thing is, though, when you dig through your piles like this, looking for what you want to use, you also get really familiar with your stash. And sometimes you get ideas for later. So that's a bonus, right? I kind of like the idea of that shape, if I could just find the right, oh, maybe that. Let's look at that. Or, ooh, what's that? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Oh, maybe that. Maybe that. Okay. So let's, as Rachel would say, let's audition these and see what we think. Nope. Yep, I'm okay with that one. So again, I'm gonna put it on that side so it's right side up. I'm gonna put a little glue on my stem. Slide that right under. Just like that. And then in a minute when that's a little more dry, I'll hit that with some coffee ink. But in the meantime, while we're waiting for that to dry, we can pick a sticker. And this one I have a little more freedom. I can pick a longer sticker. Let's see what do we really like? Really good one. Breathes quiet beauty. How about that? That's really nice. And I think that's going to end up being a good length. Let's put that down right there, like so. Not quite straight. There we go. And then I'm going to hit that with some coffee ink to kind of just make everything look cohesive. So we're just going to take our little blending tool and go right over it like that and hit that leaf a little bit too. And just like that. And for a last touch, because we're just about out of time for today, I do want to take and see in my little button stash box that I keep handy, I want to see if there's one that I'm going to like for the middle of that, because I think that that would kind of pull this one all together. Let's see what we can find. Nope. It's funny, sometimes you can find the right thing immediately, and other times it seems, I've even set something aside because I couldn't find the right thing, and then I come back to it in a couple days because that just wasn't quite coming together. I guess that goes back on what I said about agonizing about it. Ooh, I like that one. That one's got a nice shape and a nice shine. Well, this Fabri-Tac will hold your button, and it's not as messy as something like a Gorilla Glue gel or an E6000. E6000 is a metal and jewelry adhesive, and it's an extremely good glue. It's very strong, but it's also really, really stinky. So that is about all the time that my phone will give me to record. So we're going to leave it there for today. Anything else that you want to see, something you didn't understand, questions that you have, please leave them down in the comments below. I'll be happy to respond. Otherwise, I hope you all enjoy your Friday and your weekend, and that you are very, very blessed. Bye-bye. Talk to you soon.